Hello YouTube, another day, another dollar. I'm off to a meeting now, hence the unusual attire. Don't worry, we'll be back to the gym top for the next video. The UK election is imminently upon us and I will be voting for UKIP. A lot of people talk about xenophobia and racism. These charges are always wheeled out whenever the left particularly disagree with a party. They find something like that to complain about. The UK has always been described as halfway across the Atlantic. That is to say, although we are closer geographically to Europe, in terms of ideals and cultures, we're closer to the United States. That is the reason I'll be voting for UKIP. I believe the UK belongs with the other Anglo countries, so the United States, Canada, Australia and New Zealand. I don't really feel I have much in common with Europeans. I am half European, I'm only half English. But let's say on YouTube, who am I talking to? I'm talking to mostly Americans, some Canadians and a couple of Australians. Germans and French I'm not speaking to for obvious reasons. They have a different language, but it goes beyond language. The culture is different, and I don't think it's not xenophobic. It's just common sense to align yourself with people that share your language and culture. I know about 10 years ago the Australians tried to set up closer links to Asia. They said we're geographically closer to these countries. Let's form stronger alliances with them in terms of economics, and let's distance ourselves from the UK and America and such. But it didn't work out because they were just too different. Yeah, that's the way I'll be voting. In terms of what else is going on in the election, well, you've got the Liberals, the Liberal Democrats, Nick Clegg looking quite good now. He had a very strong performance on television. The Liberal Democrats they're socialist as well. They're really similar to Labour. They're a little bit more middle class, a little bit more vegan. They're completely idealistic. They want to scrap Trident, or the renewal of Trident. They're naive. It's completely naive. Even Labour aren't that stupid. I mean, Gordon Brown turned around to the guy in the debate and said, "Get real." What you need to understand is, if there's a hung parliament, and it is looking likely that there will be a hung parliament, the Liberals will form a coalition with Labour. It couldn't be any other way. So when you're voting for the Liberals, not only are you voting to destroy the UK's defences, you're also basically voting for Labour to continue in power and Gordon Brown most likely to continue as Prime Minister. So please don't vote for them. Don't vote for Labour. We've had the Iraq War and we've had the banking bailout, possibly the largest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich that's ever happened in this country. Yeah, so don't vote for them. The Conservatives are okay, but yeah, I just kind of prefer UKIP. Cameron doesn't seem that principled, does he? That's my kind of feeling on the man. All the main parties are lying on a very, very important issue, economics. So there was a debate on one of the televised debates. Gordon Brown and Cameron were arguing. Cameron said he was going to cut $5 billion from public spending, and Gordon Brown was, "Oh, don't cut public spending." $5 billion is something like 1% of public spending in the UK. Either these politicians haven't grasped, or more likely they're just not willing to share the vast cuts that are going to be necessary. Mervyn King, one of the, I think it was in the Times, one of the papers yesterday, Mervyn King said the chances are whoever gains power in this election if one party does, may be out of power for 10 years, because the cuts that are needed are so large and so savage, and none of the parties have spoken about that at all. Anyway, it's going to be interesting. I'll stay up all night and watch it, as I always do. Yeah, and I hope you guys have a nice day. Alright.